Hey, what's happening? This is Matthew Ashton for Java1 1407. This is my week one mastering the fundamentals of Java project review video. As you can see, got my code over here in Android Developer Studio, and also I have my app running here in the emulator. So, as you can see, let's go ahead and add some text to a list. We do that. The edit text view refreshes so we can start again, and we have some information that pops up in the text view. So total entries in list is now 1, and the average length of each entry in that list is 5. We can also go ahead, add another text, and as you can see, information automatically updates. If we try and add the same, it will not, because it's only going to store unique entries. Cool, so as you can see, we have a couple entries in our list. We can select an entry from the list. Let's go ahead and choose entry number 1 based on the index number of that list. So we have selected test, and you do have to press the button to get the alert to go away. If we choose that one, we have selected yep. Since yep was the most recent one that was added to the list, that actually gives it the index of 0. And of course, that is now hello. So there we have the app. Obviously, it was a pretty simple project this week, but the idea is just mastering the fundamentals. So let's go ahead and go through the code here and just show. Obviously, in my Java file, I have all my imports for all the different things that I've used. I kind of compare these to global variables here that you declare once the main activity starts. And I have the different buttons and text views and spinner strings. I also have a hash set and also a list. Now, when the app first gets created, we do kind of get everything, and this is where I set things to invisible, or gone. I was just kind of exploring the differences between the two there. I also have the different buttons, getting them by their ID from the XML file, and I'm setting the on click for the listener for the button to add text. I get the information from the edit text view, set everything. This is also where I get the size of the hash set. And then this is also where I toss in some different methods at that time. One of those being the averages of the string in order to calculate that, so I run that. And then this is also where I add items to the spinner controller that gets shown to be able to select the different items. So here's the on click for the spinner. And then here's the first method for the average of strings. So this is going to add everything, this is going to average out the length of each string and then return. Now, this is where I have the add items to the spinner. So what it does is I create another list, and I use it, and I kind of get everything from the hash set, and it will then count through the list and then give you each number each time it runs through. So for every string, it does go ahead and go through everything. And then once you actually select an item from the spinner, this is where it gets some of the information, specifically its position, from the list. And then it runs another method called confirm, which is going to give you the alert saying what you have selected, and then also getting the button to dismiss it. So yeah, so that's kind of the breakdown of my code. I was getting used to using different methods and when things needed to be called. Here's my XML file. Fairly simple to get used to. I do like the idea of having the strings XML to just be able to store all my strings and then just call them right in here as the text based on an ID. I thought that was definitely really interesting, and I'm definitely getting used to it. So I did have some issues this week. Some of the biggest ones are just getting used to the syntax of Java, when to capitalize things, when not to capitalize things, where to call methods, where not to call methods. So it took a lot of just kind of like trying different things out and running things over and over again. But as you can see, it's kind of able to get everything figured out and hopefully start to master some of the fundamentals. So again, this is Matthew Ashton for Java1 1407. I'll see you guys next week.